Welcome, everybody. Welcome once again to my first ever lesson about English tenses. Before we start our lesson, I just would like to tell everyone that your comments and questions, if ever there is, you can comment down and put your questions below, and I'm going to talk to you there. Simple present tense. Simple present tense is considered as one of the basic tense anybody can learn in any English lesson or courses that you may take. And in this video, I'm going to teach you the four usage of the simple present tense, so you may come up with your grammatically correct simple present sentences. But before we're going to start, let's have some few pointers with regards to making a simple present sentences. The first one is we have to know our subject and verb agreement. What do I mean by that? Simply means that the subject and the verb must agree in numbers. Let's make it easier. If the subject is singular, the verb must also be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb must be plural. Okay, in English, our subject can be you, I, she, he, they, and it. And our verbs can be an action verb, which, for example, play, drink, eat, something that you do. Or a be verb, which is am, is, and are. All right? Second pointers. How will I know if the verb is singular? How will I know if the verb is plural? Because you need to know this. If the verb, for example, let's take one verb, for example, drink. Drink is an action verb. How will I know if it's a singular verb or plural verb, right? In English, when the verb ends with s, it's a singular verb. When the verb does not end with s, is a plural verb, right? So that's the second pointer. Okay, now let's move on to this third pointer, the simple present pattern. Okay, the simple present pattern is you just need to take the subject plus the verb, and you already have the simple present sentence. All right, let's take the first usage for the simple present tense. Number one, habit or routine. When we are talking about an action that is repeatedly done or a daily activity, that can fall into a simple present tense. For example, she drinks coffee every morning. You see here? That sentence shows a repeated action or an everyday activity or a daily activity, or it is always true every day. So that is the first usage for the simple present tense. Next usage. The second usage is when we're talking about general truth. What do I mean by that? A statement or an action that is always true. It is always true. For example, when we're talking about scientific facts or general truth, that's a simple present tense. Let's make it easier. Let's take this first sentence. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. That's a scientific fact because water really boils when it reaches the temperature of 100 degrees. So in the sentence, we can see our subject as the water and our verb as boils, right? Okay, so the third usage for the simple present tense is when we are talking about a state or a state of condition. What do you mean? What do I mean by that? I'm sorry. When we're talking about feelings, right? Or when we're talking about description, or when we're talking about belief and possession. Let's take it one by one. Physical description. She is beautiful. She is the subject and is as your non-action verb, which is your be verb. She is beautiful. It describes somebody else. It describes a person. So that is a simple present tense. Next is when we're talking about feelings. Feelings. I like you. So here your subject is I and your verb here is like, which shows a feelings towards somebody. Right? Next one is belief. For example, you look fantastic. You as the subject, look as your verb, and fantastic is your description to somebody. It's your belief. I believe that you look fantastic. Okay. Next one is when we're talking about possession. They belong to that group. Right? So you have here as they as your subject and belong as your verb, and the sentence shows that it shows possession of a certain club or a certain group. So that is the third usage for the simple present tense. Usage number 4 for simple present tense. When we are referring to a statement or condition that is more or less permanent. Let's take one good example. She works as a teller. In this sentence, the person's job is a teller. So obviously, this is her means of living. So the condition states a permanent condition. Okay, let's take another example. It is hot during summer. The statement is stating a certain permanent condition because the weather in summer is really hot, right? So those are the 4 basic usage in making a simple present sentences. If you are able to familiarize yourselves with the 4 usage, you can able to make a perfect, grammatically correct simple present sentences. I hope you like this video, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Bye. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Those are the 4 usage in making simple present sentences. If you have comments and questions, don't forget to put your comments and questions below so I can talk to you there. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll always be updated with my latest videos. Bye.